Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us for another feature summary update. Got a lot of good content this time around. I'm very excited about the new features that we want to share with you today. Siva, do you want to get us started?
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Ami. So I'm going to talk about a feature which has a bit of a background story. The feature that I talked about in the last highlights video, which was actually under preview. So I had a chance to, so the feature is refresh equal analytics endpoint metadata REST API. It's a lengthy name for a feature. So hereafter, I'll refer it as SQL endpoint sync API. So I had a chance, after recording the video, I ran into an issue like the famous SQL endpoint lag issue. So I had a Dataflow Gen 2, which is basically like copy data from a SharePoint Excel files to Lakehouse. So the Dataflow Gen 2 ran within a couple of minutes. I felt proud and I went and checked SQL endpoint. Guess what? I got again fooled by the SQL endpoint lag issue. Luckily, I was testing it out this preview feature, so I had a notebook and ran it, and it worked. So I got the latest data with the SQL endpoint. So now the feature is generally available, and which means I can use the notebook in my production environment. It is production ready. In Power BI, I know a feature which was actually under preview for 3 years until May 2025. Considering that, so we got GA within a month. We got a bit of luck with this feature. So if you haven't checked it out, please do check it and share your experience. And over to you, Ram.
Awesome. Very good. Rubet, you want to go next?
So today I'm talking about direct link in Power BI desktop from mirrored and SQL databases. So direct link allows us to connect directly to mirrored and SQL databases, enabling real-time access to data without having to import it into Power BI. This means we can query live data straight from the source, giving us up-to-date insights with faster performance. So how does it help? Well, by eliminating the need for traditional ETL processes, direct link speeds up the data access. It also simplifies our data models, which means we can work with large data sets more easily without dealing with complex transformations or aggregations. It's all about making the process smoother and more efficient. Before direct link, data refreshes were typical, especially with big data sets. Importing data required a lot of resources, and managing complex models often led to inefficiencies. Direct link solves these problems by providing a more direct and efficient way to interact with data. That's a quick look at how direct link is transforming the way we work with data in Power BI desktop. Thanks.
Awesome. Very good. Ekamo, how about you share what you got this month?
Yeah, thank you, Rami. So today I'm going to talk about basically two important improvements regarding the standalone Copilot answers. Previously, when someone asked a question in the standalone Copilot, so it started by looking at the measures and the fields that are available in the model. So sometimes it led to less accurate answers because it didn't consider how the data was organized in the report. So now with this update, Copilot actually first looks at the report, which has already the prepared and organized data on it. And because of this, Copilot right now can understand the context better, and it can generate more accurate answer within less time. The second one is limit Copilot search to prepared content. So previously, when someone searched for a content in the standalone Copilot, so it showed all the items that matched with the keyword. So what is the issue? The issue was about the safety, because teams or the user don't or doesn't always want Copilot to see all their data. So now with this update, there is a settings available in the admin portal so that admin can easily choose if Copilot sees everything or just the prepared or marked stuff. So I think with this improvement, users will be able to test and use Copilot only on the data they trust and they want to share. So these are the two significant improvements that they have made in terms of standalone copilots.
Yeah, very exciting stuff going on with Copilot. That actually jumps nicely into the feature that stood out to me. Copilot now have verified answers, which is really nice for both data creators and data consumers. Data creators can answer and verify the most common questions that business users might ask. So you can map which visuals and models that Copilot will search for when answering a question. And when in the conversational reporting interface, users will see a green check mark next to verified answer, so they know it's an answer that they can trust and it's been pre-validated. So I think this is going to be huge as that conversational reporting becomes more and more popular. So this is great for, as we mentioned, both the data creators and the data users. Sharon, you want to close us out?
So I have two not major updates, but minor updates, but it enhances the developer experience greatly. So one is Microsoft is sunsetting the default semantic model that's linked with the lakehouse. There's going to be no more semantic model that comes when you create a lakehouse or a warehouse. So that is something that has caused a bit of a governance headache, where whenever you create a lakehouse, there's a default semantic model which you can't edit and then you don't use also, but it's just there in the workspace, creating a lot of governance issues. So with this, default semantic model will go away. So what Microsoft planned is that first, it will not create it anymore. For the old ones that's created, it will gradually delink it from the lakehouse. Then it will be up to the user to deprecate it. The second thing I wanted to touch upon was on the data pipelines. So this is also mostly for the developer experience. So when you run a data pipeline, it keeps on auto refreshing every few seconds till 5 minutes. There was no way to stop it. So when you're kind of scrolling down through and trying to find something, and it just auto refreshes and brings you back to the top. Now they have an option to kind of stop the auto refresh so that you don't have to struggle with the scrolling, and it's a better developer experience. So yeah, these are the two things I had.
So a lot of great features, many more that we weren't able to discuss in this video. Thank you for joining us for another month of feature summary updates. Looking forward to seeing you next time.